So the main concern that I am gonna try to tackle today is what to do with the frames for production for now. The reinforced frames and also the computers, both of which are required now in a pretty hefty amount. Neither of which I am really prepared for to go. Oh shit, we started 20 seconds ago. Let's get going. Poor me baby having a cold. Okay, it feels like now we're just using the same words and tossing the order around to see what we can create for new types of sentences. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna go with another bend on my own. I'm going to say poor... No, I'm going to say cold baby being poor. Having poor. Ah, never mind. It was an attempt at something. Okay, we can remove the to-do list and try to forget our current conversation and start up fresh. We are sitting now with a max consumption of 1,800 and a capacity of 2,100. That's not great in terms of building a completely new factory. But what I could do is simply just drive the materials over from different destinations to build the factory of which I need. For example, for the heavy modular frames, this is all the items we need, right? We need frames, we need pipes, and we need steeled concrete, right? And a whole bunch of screws. So, what if, and hear me out here, what if we head over to our steel facility and simply investigate setting up a factory over here and just run the frames over there with like a truck or something. Because I can't really afford building a completely new factory for each of them, because I simply just don't have the power available to me. But it should be able to give us at least the briefest of supplies. What are these fellas? Are these MK1s or 2s? These are MK1s, right? Yeah. So we could theoretically just boost that one up to do double output. At which point we're going to be granted enough to make some screws. Which we then can in turn throw in over here. Take from this box and take from this box. And produce our modular frames. It could be something. We can see airline now as well in the camera. It's great. Okay. If I take out my production planner and we just poke at this thing. Hold on, let me get it onto the screen for you. There we go. So now then, if I open up my production planner, which should be hiding right here. Cool. And we go ahead and add an item. More specifically, we're going to add the good old classic heavily modular frame. To produce this thing through a manufacturer, we require 100 screws, 5 modular frames per minute, 5 encased beams per minute, and 15 steel pipes per minute. Now, if we just investigate this one, we get 20 steel pipes a minute, and not quite 6 beams per minute. So this could be working. This could actually be working from what we have ticking along here. But I just realized I don't think we can actually craft anything, because I haven't learned how to make a manufacturer, have I? Nope. So never mind this entire discussion, because I can only make it via handcrafting anyway. So this entire discussion, completely pointless. I hear words, but all I see is important baby. That's fine. All you need is baby. Right there. You can focus on the baby. As I said, on screen is nothing but a little bit of an unplanned disaster unfolding. So, ignoring the words is probably in your best interest anyway. Why can I only make... I need tons of screws. I see the problem. Let's fill up an inventory. Now we can make 25 modular frames. Goody. I suppose really what I should be doing is prioritizing getting the manufacturing line done then. What do I need for that one? Industrial manufacturing. Ah. I don't actually need anything that I don't have access to. Might be a better idea to go with this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with this one. So we're going to throw those in there. We're going to throw that in there. And then we just need 100 motors and quite a few cables. Throw those back in there. And let's head over to the motor plant. Should be right in here. Well, what are you up to, folks? Are you having a good old time? Picked up a new drawing? A new sketch? I need to create a sketch or a drawing of my dear character Spencer Quill, but I have not yet decided on how he actually looks. I need to solve out that problem first, naturally. Trying desperately to figure out what to do. Drawing does not want to work and no game is calling to me. Oh, I know that feeling. That's a horrible feeling. When you're just sitting there and you'll be like... You're just looking at the big library and being like, how can I have so many things to do, but none of the things I want to do? It's absolutely terrible. Do you have a lot of them installed? Because then what you could do is just some good old-fashioned game jumping. You know, start one up, see how it goes for 30 seconds, and then log out, start up something else. Download a game from like 2004. Try to play that for 20 minutes, and if that don't work, try something else. Not really that many games. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, that's a problem then. 200 to 600, 800, and then we're gonna have to grab that. And then we actually have to turn this factory back on. I really need to actually just get back to setting up some of these places again. As in, you know, making them an actual factory floor. Because right now, this is not what a factory is supposed to look like. It's just a random assembly of stuff. I want this production floor look. Ah, missed that jump. Slammed my head into a pole, but there we go. And get all of those wires in there.
Milestone reached. The manufacturer increases production complexity. A critical look at production line logistics and efficiency is recommended during integration. The truck allows for increased efficiency in transportation, automated or otherwise. No project parts enable progress to the next phase.
Wonderful, thank you. Jetpack requires the packager. That one just requires a crap ton of computers and frames and... oh dear. Where is the... here, I need 100 computers for the fuel generators. God damn, sir. Okay, well, let's go back to our original plan of creating a manufacturer then. Let's see, I need 2 of them, which require motors and heavy modular frames. So let's go ahead and make some of those by hand anyway, it seems. Trust bulb. No, okay, no, listen, that was, I don't have a secret brother called Bob. That I was literally just throwing out an example as of, in what type of sentences I was thinking. Okay, for people that don't know, we were discussing what is allowed to do after a death roll, after the third failed one. And I've seen a whole bunch of people play it differently. I've seen people that has like, oh yeah, you can sacrifice your final roll. Like if you have 2 failed rolls, you can choose to automatically fail a third one, but instead get gifted an action. So you could do, one final teleportation or one final fireball or whatever to try to save the party in a desperate last clutch thing. And I've seen people that says like, oh yeah, you're allowed to say your goodbyes to the party, so you are guaranteed to die, but you are now, fading in and out of consciousness and waiting for the party to finish the fight, so they could all rush to your side, so you could emotionally stare them in the eyes as you slowly drift on to the great beyond. And then, I've seen just a straight up rules applying one where, yeah, you're unconscious and then you're dead. The end. Your character did not get to do much else. So what I was saying with Trust Bob was that I was, I was saying that the character could be allowed to simply sprout a phrase or a sentence, begging for, the final words to be meaningful in some way, like asking about the safety of a relative, or take this treasure to my father, or blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. And I just wanted to give an example to that, so I said, oh, tell my sister to trust Bob. It was not meant for any serious discussion on character development. It was simply trying to present an example, and I feel like it's taken way out. And you picked Bob. Yes, I picked Bob. I'm not gonna waste hours figuring out a name for an example character in a theoretical position of death. I'll make sure for the next one to name it something more dramatic. Like fucking Acceleron or whatever. So you can feel like I've properly used the name vocabulary to name a character that will never be mentioned again. Thanks. Furthermore, if we encounter a character that is about to die and don't say, tell my sister to trust Bob now, I'll be disappointed in you, Bon. Now I feel I've been promised such an interaction. Okay, let's set this thing up. We want it a little more in. Cool, and then we can be allowed to score some iron through here. And a loading platform come from a van that drives up there. Yeah, cool. Okay, so this beautiful manufacturer is going to produce some good old-fashioned heavy modular frames for us. And these alone cost quite a bit of watts, as you can see. Ah. No one requires... yep, it's gonna be eating quite a few things. Do I have enough to make a MK2 drill? Well, not everything. I require some miners to set that up. What? Oh. There we go. 2 miners made. Now we need to make a smelter, and I have completely run out of wire. Baby wants the face. Yeah, we're trying to teach him that you're not allowed to hit the face. He's still learning the grips of that. An MK2 going up. So instead of 60, this thing is now going to do 120. Which allows me to install a splitter. And then we're just going to go ahead and take a MK2 belt there. And an MK1 in this direction. Angry rhinos. I have not have the time. Please book at a time with my doctor, and he will sort to your problems. We require quite a few screws here. A solid 200 per minute, which I reckon I'm not going to be able to satisfy easily. But we also need, of course, to make a transportation truck platform. Let's go ahead and make this one. Ah, it requires fuel. How to sort that out? I don't remember. Can these things run on coal? They can't, can they? No, wait, they should be able to run on coal. Never mind. Yeah, looks decent enough. Well, no, actually, no, it doesn't, because it's completely invading the place where I was thinking of having the... Should I have the truck platform on the other side, maybe? Like down here. Yeah, that should work. So then we just go ahead and make a little truck platform here. And fortunately there's a big rock here that makes things a little inaccessible. Then we have the on-ramp. Let's go ahead and make it the slightly friendlier ramp. You have the ramp there. You can have the station pick up right there. So it drives up, parks, and then turns back and heads down. It should have enough space to do that. I feel like it should have, and if it doesn't, it has insulted me. And let's go ahead and even extend this platform out a little bit to make sure for sure that it wants to reach the entire way. So you were playing some Terraria earlier today, Fox. What were you planning there? Are you doing another world destruction? And yes, I automatically assume that is what you're doing when you're playing that game. Now the complicated bit here is that we need to get coal forward. Yes, world destruction. So are you doing a massive world now? Large world. Oh no. That's not healthy, Fox. 66, so we're getting 120, that's what we need. What do you mean? I mean that it's going to take forever, and for God's sake. I'm simply stating that I'm worried about your health, indulging on those massive missions. Alright, and then we're just going to take the MK3, run it alongside here. There we go. Now these things are filling up with coal. So these should be powered, and we want to make sure that you unload on this section. And then just basic enough. Can I just get the... There we go, conveyor menu. Or you simply just want you to bring it over here. Or we're just gonna get a MK1 elevator. Because this is for the frames, because that's the only one I'm not going to be producing on site. Hehe, all good. Okay, cool. There we go, 2 steps back. And 1 day forward. So that's the modular frames arrival depot done. We then need the steel. These fellas. We're gonna reverse you up like so and head you in. And for the sake of it, let's go ahead and make this one on a half speed. I'm gonna make a more dedicated hardcore factory once power is not a concern. Righto. Now we just need a bunch of wire for the constructors. So let's go ahead and get those and add some for the foundry as well. Okay, and we also need to get yet another truck station and one truck to travel with the stuff. So let's head to the other end of this debacle. You don't have a crew to do some lethal company with or something then? Oh, I would have joined you, but I'm afraid that I am not 100% free of a cold either. I am incredibly sweaty, very tired, and have clocked a fever on myself. So I need to jump into the shower after this, and then just head to the bed and try to get some rest. I did some earlier, but I had some other business this evening. Ah, I see. Well, you at least have the pleasure of looking and laughing at my shit. It's gonna count for something, right? We only get 2.5 modular frames a minute. It's not good at all. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and extend this floor out. Honestly, the heavy frames is going to be rather easy to set up like this. As I said, even though it's going to be very inefficient, just having it up is going to help with my production, right? What genuinely worries me a little bit is the computers. The computers. Because, yeah, I don't quite remember building my computer factory, but I seem to remember it being pretty demanding and resource heavy. 1, 2. Oh wow, that's horrible. I did one too early. Oh, can you just behave? No, let's stop it. Okay. There you go. To that one. Good boy. Okay. And yes, you're going to be loading. Now let's also make sure we just wired you up. Like such. And then I just need to make sure I have a road. Yep, no, we can go under here. This will work fine. So now what we need to do is actually program the route. Chicken is asking something to behave. Doesn't that require the ability to behave yourself? No. I do not believe that's the way it works. I believe that if I can behave, then I behave, everything else should. And I behave. Most of the time. Never mind. Shut up. I'm behaving. How are you doing, lady? Are you alright? I hope you're having a pleasant Wednesday afternoon. I want to say afternoon. It's afternoon for you, right? Okay. 99% sure it's afternoon. Okay, let's see. How many constructors do I need to get the amount of screws I need for this? 40, so I need 5. Well, I only need actually 1.5. And that should not be a concern, because one single smelter, or yes, 60 is going to give me quite a bit of iron to work with, isn't it? Oh dear. No, forward, forward. There you go. Doing well, playing Zombioid. Gonna send you a link in Steam. As long as I'm doing Quake. Ooh. I'm a proud mom. Oh, yeah, no, Quake. I'm trying to think hard how long ago it was that I played it. It feels like eons ago, in any case. So 5 rods, and then that's 2. So yeah, we can have 2 of these. And then we can have 3 of these suckers. And that's going to do more than enough screws. Oh my goodness. I'm alright myself. I am running out of breath though, because I think I'm heading into a cold. Because it's just messing with my head and I'm feeling slow as hell. Oh, a YouTube link. Hold on. Aggression. A 4-minute. Alright, I'll check this later because it's 4 minutes. And I have 1 hour to try to speedrun this. Don't get sick. The creeping crude is bad. Yeah, no, it's... I would love to stay healthy as well. I need plates, but I don't know where to steal them from. I'm gonna steal them from back here. Like that. I'll have to do. It's a bit long-winded, sorry. No, it's not that. I bet it's good, but I'll see it afterwards. So how's it going for you in Project Zombioid then? Have you gotten a long-standing character, or is it a freshling? Out of the gate trying not to die. There we go. And then we're going to take... I don't know why I'm opening up the menu. I have them right here. How are you enjoying the baby cat, by the way? He is currently a little sick as well, so he is sleeping in with us, so to make it, you know, not as far for us to get up when he cries and wants some comforting. But as a result of which, I decided, why point the camera at me? We all know the interesting part is right there. Even though he's currently stealing the mom's currently stealing his pacifier, which is very mean of him, her. I'm doing great. And there we go. And then you just dive around the corner. There we are. Now we just need power over here, please. Do I have actually enough? Because don't this take plates? I'm fairly sure this takes plates, don't it? No, it doesn't. Nice. There we go. And you go forward to that one. Power those two. And then you can come across here. Power that big boy and power that one. Okay, we should be about production ready. Now all we need is a big container right on the exit here. And voila. And we need to create ourselves a little wonderful truck to do our driving. So we're going to do transport, we're going to do truck. We don't need a big thing for this one, honestly. Okay, it's been fueled up. Neat. Gonna jump in here. Jump in here. Oh, this is a tight turn radius. Let's go ahead and revert this a little bit. Oh, careful, careful. Record. So let's start recording. Drive off. He has gotten so big. Yeah, no, he's growing really fast. It's a little crazy to think that he's almost a year already. Oh, a little bit of drifting. That's fine. Up we go. No. Okay, this is maybe not the most standard of routes, but it's my route. I'd be surprised if the AI can actually pull this one off. So then it stops here, loads cargo. There we go, and then it moves. Do a little skip and a jump on that one. Fly down this cliff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And all the way back in full speed ahead. A little bumpy ahead, but still. And then take out this corner to the max. Watch out for the massive gas giant. And there it is. So then we're going to go ahead and enable autopilot. And let's name that pass framed. And we're going to tell you to do framed. Load path. Rat Lady just tipped in $30. That is... You're always so generous, Rat Lady. Thank you so much. Wait, did I tell you to actually unload? That is... Christ. Thanks, lady. It's very kind of you. You are way too generous for your own good. Okay, why is it not driving? Come on. Load path. This path. Load it. Path loaded. And then enable. Oh, there it goes. Now it's going. Right, ladies, for the younglings. I will make sure that it will go unshortened to them. I will give them the 30 just like Anakin gave them the business. The younglings will never know what hit them. Very kind of you, lady. Thank you. Okay. So the truck ended up standing still on that little hill to imitate my jump. Fair enough. I see it as an act of mockery, but nevertheless. It drives up here. This one has 8 frames. And it immediately loads it into it. And it's going to pause for a little while here. I like that it actually has a workbench back here. I haven't realized that. Oh, it doesn't have a workbench. No, there it is. It's on the other tab. Okay. There we go. And then we'll wait for it over here to make sure that it's running. Why is that big boy not running right now? Oh, because I actually didn't hook this thing up with power. I just connected them all together, but I didn't actually start anything. What are we expecting from this thing? 79. Oh, that's fine. That's manageable. We just need to find a power cord. Jumping all over the way. To you. From me. Go. Now I forgot to check if this thing dropped off the remaining 8, but I think it did. Looks like it did, and it's already off to collect more of them. Wonderful. Now this thing will produce 1 per minute, so for every episode we're gonna get another 60 in here. That is not a revolutionary pace by anything, but it will be enough to just idle give us stuff so we don't have to craft them. Okay, I need to recollect my thoughts here. Sorry, I'm drifting out of consciousness. We need to do a computer setup of some kind as well. And if I'm not mistaken, the computer is going to require circuit board production, which is an entire tab that we haven't even touched on just yet. Let's see. Manufacturing. Down you go. 10 circuit board, 9 cable, 18 plastic, and 52 screws. Well, crap. We need more screws. We need cable to be shipped over there. And we need plastic. That is... Ooh, that is hard to make happen, honestly. I might just be normed to the idea of producing these myself for now. Because we are not making a computer factory. Yeah, Mom split away for a split second, and that is not allowed. How dare they? Okay. Can I just tell you to go? No, because I'm not quite there yet. What do I require for circuit boards? Circuit boards require copper sheets and plastic. Damn. Well, at least we can produce those pretty cheaply, but having 10 of them is just rough. What we could do is just place down an assembler, tell it to do circuit boards, and just stockpile these things in here. Well, I'll go and I'll get some more plastic, because we need that. What do we require to build these tubes now again? Okay. We need some metal plates as well. Let's go ahead and grab that. Because we need to go collect more plastic, and we need to do more motors. We need a lot of everything essentially right now. But first things first, we really need to fix this power problem we got going. I am so frustrated that it's just not solving itself. Now I'm desperately trying to hold on for the fuel processor. And I realized also why things are running so slowly compared to... Or, in my opinion, it flows as slowly as I'm used to. Because the thing is, in my single player, I would have left the game world to idle for a little bit, you know? Let all the factories produce up a good quantity of stuff, so when I get in there I can just do whatever. Since I'm not actually allowing for that idling time, it requires a lot more hands-on activity, which I'm not entirely used to. But it's good, that was the intention, you know, to see if we can force some efficiency out of ourselves. Now when we're over here, we need to collect as much rubber and plastic as we can carry, because we need to hand them into the milestone generator as much as we can go with, essentially. Most important invention we're going to need is the fuel generator, and after the fuel generator we're going to get those beautiful monorails. Once I have monorails up and running, setting up production far away from each other and still being somewhat efficient is going to be a lot easier. Okay. Let's go ahead and produce some more of this tunneling. Ah, I see this is just deep water. I seem to remember that as well being a problem. Let's go ahead and do vertical. And then we can grab you, tell you to go to that one. Like so. Thank God I had time to place it before I fell into the water. I'm really happy there's not like a sea monster thingy in this game. That would be very nasty. There we go. Well, Fox, if you're in the market of being able to purchase a game, I can still recommend getting Subnautica. Especially now, you know, when they've added multiplayer mods and stuff for it. Jesus, it's so loud. No, no, I don't want bees. Go away. Lamau, imagine having money. Exactly. What a luxury that be, eh? Okay, and then we're gonna just put this one right here. Get the intake down and power that one up via you. Now we get the entire distance for free. Look at this nice little sorting system going. We are getting quite the bit of both of them, which is nice. The generator are starting to flicker, but that is entirely fine because that is by design. Since it's expected to fill up the system and be a little bit bumpy. Maybe he's currently learning how far back he can bend his pinky. Ooh. Had to ask Mom to help me pay back my student's loan. We've all been there. It's a good thing we have a very kind mum. But you know, it's experimentation to see how far this thing goes. He's not like, you know, actively trying to break it off. He's just checking, how low can you go? How low can you go? That type of style, you know? Oh, so nice to actually have a speed tube. It's like gummy. Okay, so let's prioritize. Let's just try to crunch through some milestones and we'll worry about the computer setup once we get there. Mainly what I need to concern myself with is setting up a... so just getting an idle production in on these circuits. Because if I can get that going, I can leave that to do its thing and I can focus on other stuff in the meantime. Because if I have to create all those circuit boards by hand and then also make the computers on top of that by hand, it's gonna take a while. But I need to make 100 computers because I need to get the fuel generator, and then I also need to get the computers for the fuel generator itself. But it's going to be so worth it because it's just gonna send our power flying through the roof. Here I am. And let's go ahead and first things first, let's check on you. Yeah, you already shoot for your plastic, as expected. Don't know if the circuits stack in 50s or 100s. We'll find out. Meanwhile, we're going to fly through you and just pick up some motors. And I also look for the car. That car is driving good. Otherwise, I have driven past them and seen them completely stuck. So, you know, it's good to see that it's not doing that. I should honestly move this exit to put that over here instead, because this is more the middle of the factory floor rather than what that one is. So let's just get that one in there and then power you up. And you have produced quite a bit of motors for me. Let's go ahead and just trash the shrubbery. Still 15 minutes to go. So, for Project Zombioid, lady, do you play modded or do you play vanilla? Or is it like a very vanilla-like experience, but with some mods to just enhance everything? There we go. We fly. Good thing. This thing is not running. What's going on? Yeah, whatever could be the problem. Would you look at that? All of a sudden, when it gets resources to smelt, it is melting. Wow. Sometimes the life of industry is just breathtaking, isn't it? Lots of cartilage, yep. Play modded, but they're mostly for quality of life. Yeah. Neato. And here come all the screws. 40, 40, 40. That's 120 getting produced here. So we should definitely be able to hold up with the screw demand. Very nice. How long is it going to be raining gifts for? Does anyone know? Or is it just going to be a permanent fixture now? Till Easter? Righto. Well, there's no point in waiting. But there is, because I just want to see that it actually starts to produce something. The moment I see it's mobile... Okay, there we go. Now this thing can just hum away here. It's going to take it forever to do even the smallest of orders, but... Hey, every single thing that helps, right? Anyway, back we go. We have another 15 heavy frames to do. He's just rolling around. I think he's starting to become a little tired as well. Okay, so you go in there. I saw ingots, or rather I saw raw ore. We don't need that. Where is the heavy modular frame? There it is. Yeah, we're most likely just going to be stuck doing frames now for a little bit. It's not great, but that is where we are. You said he was tired, so you need to stand up straight away. Of course. Can't be tired, that's impossible. Told you can't say the S and the T word around him. Yeah, I keep forgetting that he has learned English as well. Oh, no. I need to head over to the motor factory now, because all the frames will have been moved over there. By that little happy worker ant. Let's go ahead and just take a stack. We're actually going to get to a point where we're not getting frames at all to use, because that thing is going to eat them through faster than we can produce it. Knife sort of shit, sorry. I was moving the ball because I wanted to pour myself some more, and then I just got distracted. Hold on. Not sponsored. That said, Cola, if you're listening, I'd gladly sponsor your shit. Yes, send me a can for every stream. I'll promote the crap out of it. Don't you worry about nothing. There we go, and then we just need another 5. And we're gonna be 1 short by what? Oh, the steel tubes. Can I make steel tubes? Do I have to run back? Ugh, I have to run back. I just hear my son laughing. A small part of me is desperately hoping it's not laughing at me. Of course he is. Damn it. Stack of tubes, please. And back I go. And we also need to grab some normal copper wire, I see. And now he's clapping for you. Well, we have proof of that. More applause, kiddo. You go. You did good. I love it when they just look at you and they smile. Like, they have no idea what you're saying, but you're smiling, so it's probably a good thing. Where is the modular frame? There we go. Throw you in there, and then we just gonna need to collect the wire. This thing is not connected right. Good. Now let's put all the plastic we have in there. We have 8 minutes. So we're gonna unlock the alternative fluid transport at least. Which is good, because that means we can start sinking stuff or scrapping liquid that we don't need. Like aluminium, for example, has that problem where you get a ton of water back, but it's not enough to actually power the thing, so you can't have an endless closed loops. So it tends to just be a little bit of water that's constantly clogging things up. And then it could be nice to just sink it. There we go.
Fluids can now be packaged to allow for transportation via vehicle and conveyor belts. Additionally, highly improved biofuel can now be produced.
Wonderful. Now, this is the big one that we need to get going with. We need 100 computers, insanely enough. So let's go ahead and throw this into crafting. I might actually be able to... Hold on. Do you sell computers? Sometimes it sells things like this. So circuit boards. Okay. Ah! It sells computers. Cool. We can skip that entire harvesting process then. Awesome. Do you also sell heavy frame? You do. Well, this changes the game completely. Duolingo? Why are you spamming Duolingo? Has something happened? People are sending me high fives because I'm doing a lot of lessons. I appreciate it. I am an inspirement to myself. Hadn't done mine today. I see. Go ahead and do that so you don't miss out on it. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, in that case, let's be blunt and just buy the computers. Let's be the proper production and just buy whatever we need, you know? Capitalism! Yay! Very nice. Well, in that case, let's just run back to the frame factory and collect the concrete we need. Love doing my Duo on the computer. Oh, there's Duolingo for web browser as well. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Grabbing 2 stacks of you. Well, all of a sudden, I know what we are actually going to be making the next hour about, which is going to be setting up the wonderful fuel plant. And once the fuel plant is set up, all of a sudden I can set up practically any factory in terms of just power requirement. Yeah, superior. Very neat. How many tickets do I have, though? I don't imagine I can buy too many of them. Where is my person? There you are. I have 23. So, to put it in reference, right now we need 100 computers. So we need 2 of those, and we need 1 of the heavy modular frame. That will land us as 18. So yeah, we can't do too much of it until we start, you know, trading up some resources. Have you guys accepted my Super Duo invite? We can't, not yet. We need to use up the 5 days we still have running with it. Hi. Well, for the fuel factory, the plan is pretty simple. Our current oil factory for rubber and plastic is set up right here. And there's an oil patch here, and there's an oil patch here. Both of them are just going to be completely converted to fuel generation. And almost all the fuel will be going directly into power and setting that up. But a minor part of it will be going into to be turned into fuel canisters and then synced or set up for storage, because I do want to unlock the jetpack. Oh lol. Yeah, so give me a moment. It's nice and comprehensive as that. Can I still build the big manufacturer? No, I don't have any of the stuff, because I want to see the I just want to see what we need to build the next phase items. We need you, aka the motors, the smart plates, and they are already close to each other, so that's not a problem. But we need to add rubber into the mix to get modular engines. Again, not a massive problem, but it's going to require a little bit. We need this thing, which is honestly my biggest nightmare. We need automated wiring, circuit boards, computers, and heavy frames as well. So, yeah, that's going to be the big one for us to fix. My Latin teachers hate parrots. That's awfully rude of them. What do they have against this avian creature? Oh, no. Not that one. Just one. There we go. Purchase all of those. And then we just dump all the shit in here. Good stuff.
The fuel generator will match power generation to the increased consumption of recently acquired technologies and buildings. Additionally, improved conveyor belts and lifts can now be constructed. Deuterium scanning unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start spamming down those. So yeah, as you see, we are going to require quite a bit of crap to get these. Oh. You spaghetti back, you're not supposed to do that. No, you're not supposed to. Stop smiling. You're not supposed to bend like that. No, it's not healthy. Every other time parrots are the worst, and the parrot destroyed my house. Someone's partner has a pet parrot, indeed. I mean, people don't respect the destructive capabilities of parrots. Fair enough. Like, they can tear through your kitchen cabinets if you're not careful. But still. Alright. We need to head back up to the logout point. Where we all of a sudden, practically from nothing, we now have a goal for the next one. Which I'm really happy about. I had completely forgotten I can just buy things. Yeah. No reason to be angry with me. I'm heading up the tower as always. Knocks things off the shelf as bad as a cat. Honestly, they can be worse than a cat. For the simple reason that you can... really high shelves, you know, you can put it out of reach for the cat, but the bird don't give a crap. And there we go. That's the hour for today.